Hello everybody and welcome to another StarCraft 2 Supremacy Guide video. In this replay we'll be going over how to stop a cannon rush. Let's go ahead and get started. And timings and build orders are not going to be terribly important just because we are going to have to deal with this cannon rush so early in the game that we can't really develop anything as far as macro and long-term builds go. Now, the way that our opponent is going to approach this can go one of two ways. First off, he will throw down his pylon and forge at his ramp, and then he can either send a probe to build his actual cannons inside of our base, or he can throw down pylons and cannons at the bottom of our ramp, either choosing to block off our ramp or trying to stop our expansion by using those photon cannons and getting in range. Either way, it can be very pesky, and we need to know the appropriate way to scout and deal with those. Now, our overlord should always be placed just about where our expansion is going to be, and that way we're going to have a nice radius of scouting with this overlord, and this really comes into play in just about every game that we will play. So that's a nice thing to note right there. We can see our opponent has already thrown down his forge at 12, so we can really get that out fast, and that is something we have to be aware of. It can kind of be dangerous. Now, this game we just so happen to be going for an early pool. However, this would be something that we could defend against, whether we go for an early pool. Even if we go for an expansion, we just have to know how to play it right, be able to scout it and recognize it, and be able to stop it early. Now, we did see that he did come to the bottom of a ramp. We do not know right now that he is in fact going for this build. However, we were using this aggressive build. We are going to have 6 Zerglings out here, and really our overlord is a little bit too far out. We should have it a little bit closer to our ramp so we can see what's going on there. And luckily we are going to swoop by here, and in doing so we should just target down this pylon, which is going to be a critical pylon, and once this is destroyed, all of these cannons will be depowered. So now all these cannons are in fact useless without a pylon, as we can see. And now the probe is gone, he can't even build any more pylons. Upon this failure, our opponent will call a good game, and we will be able to take the game. Now, say our opponent was a little bit better at this. Say he did use 3 pylons to block off the bottom of our ramp. What we could do is, when we scout this, if we can stop him from doing that altogether by maybe patrolling a drone at the bottom here so he can't build, that would be great. If we could take about 4 or 5 drones to be able to start attacking those before all of them go up, that would also be ideal. Or we could either be able to pump out a queen, get a creep tumor, and throw it on a spine crawler as well, and then uproot the spine crawler and place it right here so that we will be able to take down that wall of pylons with the range and sight of the spine crawler, and also in the meantime get roaches. Now when we bust through that, all we have to do is swing by with the amount of roaches that we have accumulated, go to his base and hope for the best, or we can try to go for more of a macro game and sit back after we have killed all of these photon cannons. So it's going to be a little bit of an awkward situation once you bust out of here, but once you do, just try to get back on track to a normal macro game, and from there try to win that game if you cannot be aggressive right away. So hopefully you guys can incorporate this anti-cheese into your play and increase your win rate. This is StarCraft 2 Supremacy Guide videos signing out.